Can't even get the amount of books that we have. I can't even get them to stay in a stack because I have so many books. So. Mike and I go to Goodwill a lot. We actually had a countdown, or a count up, of how many days we could go without going to Goodwill because we have a slight addiction and it's a little rough. But we love bargain hunting, so if we have to get like new shoes, new shirts, whatever it may be. I got my new coat this year from Goodwill, $12. Pretty much brand new Guess coat that's like super thick. Hold on, let me show you. Like cute, and the insides are lined. The main thing I do want to talk about today is, did you want to come up here? Did I take your spot? You can come back up here. Come on. Come on. I'm sorry I took your spot. I'm just gonna... So, the main thing I want to talk about today is this one-day trip. So, all of these books were from one Goodwill in one day. Yep. I brought a couple other ones to show you guys as well, because they were all brand new books and they're all Disney books. And I absolutely loved reading the Descendants series, and then I found an extra Descendants book at a different one. But all three Descendants books were at one Goodwill. And then, but today's is this deck of books. And the Goodwill that I got all of these at wasn't even, it was like one double bookshelf and then one tiny kids bookshelf. So it was not a ton of books, but like I took a picture at another Goodwill that's near us, and I'm going to show it to you right now. That's not even the Goodwill that I got all of these books at. But that is, depending on where you live, depending on what your Goodwill looks like, you could find insane books. That Goodwill that the picture is of is actually the one that the Descendants books are from. But, so Mike went to Goodwill one day. I was at work, and he found, funny story, he found Snow White, and he told me Mulan. And I came home, and he did indeed find Snow White. Yes, she needs a little hair repair, but, I mean, if anything, I'm just going to put it up in a ponytail. And of course, we're not even having a girl. So, these are just for me. But, this one especially is for me. She's not Mulan, obviously. She needs a little less hair repair than Snow White does, but a little hair repair nonetheless. But she is a Small World doll. Like, these are not an easy find. Snow White I could get at the Disney store, literally. Like, although the ones that we have is a little bit different than her. But the Small World dolls, and he said that there was like 2 or 3 more Small World dolls, and I was like, so we're going back, right? And this was Valentine's Day actually. So we, he's like, I saw right down the street from this Goodwill was a Chinese buffet we haven't tried, and like we're big Chinese buffet people. We love. So I was like, okay, so if we're going out to dinner, then we can go to the Goodwill and get those dolls, because he, I asked him how much they were a piece. $2.50 is what he said. $2.50. And so he's like, yeah, for $5 we're gonna go back and get those other $2 or $3, whatever it would be. So he got those, and I feel like he got something else that same day. It might have been Dory. So around that same time, he also found brand spanking new Dory plush from the new movie. This is what we sell at the store. And he got it for 89 cents. 89 cents at the Goodwill. This at the Disney store is $22. So, if you're still not understanding why I'm loving all of this, please understand. So, when we went back, The dolls that he saw were not Disney dolls. They were like the knockoff American Girl doll from like Walmart or Target, whatever it may be. But every time I go to Goodwill, which is the main focus of this, every time I go to Goodwill, I scan all the books. And I try and see what they have. If they have any Disney special ones, if they have any of the Vampire Diaries series, because I would really like to read that. And I like to own books. So that way, like, if I really like them, I can go back and read them. I can highlight, I can underline, I can, like, do all this stuff. I do not corner page, I don't even, what's it called? I don't know what it's called, but the corners of the page, no, that's rude. But, all of the books that I found this day, besides The Hunger Games, which is missing its dust cover, which makes me really sad, but I have all four books. 3 of them, the one that I just bought, that just came out last year, I just bought it, that was a splurge. That was for me because I was obsessed. But I have Catching Fire and Mockingjay hardcover. So I'm missing the 1 out of 3, the first one. So I have been looking for a hardcover book, Hunger Games. And when I read through the other ones and was reading the prequel, I found a soft cover of Hunger Games. So this is taking a really long time explaining, but I have a soft cover of Hunger Games. But I want a hardcover to go with my collection. And now I have a hardcover. And even though it's a little beat up on the cover and everything, the pages are perfectly intact. There's nothing inside, and it's the book bed is barely even touched. So it's probably just dropped. Barely even read. But, so, moving on quickly, I found 3 out of the 4, Aragon books, which I didn't even know there was an Aragon series. I found the first Aragon book at another Goodwill, and I'd really been wanting to read it, because I'm obsessed with the Aragon movie. Honestly, they need to bring it back. Disney just needs to buy it so that they can do it really well. But, so then I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, hey, that looks like the Aragon thing. And I looked, and it's like, oh, this one's the last one. I'm like, oh, man, I didn't even know that there was multiples. Like, what is happening? So I look through, and then I see the second one, and then I see the third one, and I'm like, bro, and that's the last one, so done. Aragon books, although these are huge, I'm, like, really afraid to read these. Like, look at how big these are. They make my head, and then you add the little Aragon one, like Aragon's this big, and then the rest of them, what is happening? Anyways, so those are those. We are collecting these books for our child. So Rescuers Down Under we do not have, but I can one day go over all the things in my house. It would take a long time. All the things in my house that are from Goodwill would be an insanely long video, but we do have a huge collection of these books, specifically gallery books, I guess, twin books from the Walt Disney collection. So all the different Walt Disney movies, there's a list on the back of this one, actually. We have a bunch of them. So whenever we see a new movie that we do not have, we grab it. And then, of course, we're starting to collect little books for our little mini-me. And we're going to start reading to Mini-Me soon, so, although not Mini-Me, Mini-Mike, because it's a little boy. But we're going to start reading to little boy soon, because little boy can start hearing soon. So I wanted to grab some Dr. Seuss. So I know we're going to get some stuff from the baby shower and stuff, but, like, I'm a spaz. And then we found this brand new black and, like, literally I just cracked the binding, because I guess it hadn't been opened even a little before. So, black and white, super good for baby development. Found this super cool Wizard of Oz book. Again, brand new book. Like, do people get books as presents and then not touch them and then decide to donate them? Is that what happens? Because so many good books. So I got this wonderful Wizard of Oz book that I'm super pumped for. It's got some pictures and stuff in it. And then a beautiful Disney book before Tomorrowland, from the world of Tomorrowland. So that's cool. Sometimes you find books you didn't even know existed. So never seen this before, never heard of this before, and again, brand spanking new. So that's cool. And then briefly from the other Goodwill, again, the entire Descendants series. An extra Descendants book, which I have. And then this really cool from the live action Jungle Book, The Strength of the Wolf is the Pack. So that's cool. Also, again, brand new. I'm excited to read this, but I have not started it yet because I went to sit down and start it, and it starts with Shere Khan, and I was just not feeling that. So I did not start this yet. But, yes, so what I want you to take away from this video is that if you're looking for books, if you're trying to get into reading books, check out your local Goodwills. You can find some really intense, awesome things. Last year, one of my main goals, my New Year's resolution, was to read more. And I read freaking 13 books last year. Quarantine was a little bit helpful for that, but so now I want to read around the same. I am a little bit behind on where I'm supposed to be reading. I'm still in my first book, and we're almost at the end of February. Mind blown. But I am almost done that one, and then let's be honest, I'm not going to start the Aragon series first. There's a couple of these Disney villain books that I am really interested in reading, so I'm going to get those from the library. But I might start this Tomorrowland book pretty soon. But anyways, so if you're interested in starting to read books, check out a Goodwill and just pick up a book and be like, let me just put my phone down for 2 minutes and read for a little bit. And when I'm at work, I bring a book, so that way I'm not playing with my phone for 15 minutes. I'm eating my snack and reading my book, and it's so helpful for my anxiety, so helpful for just my brain in general. I read before I go to sleep instead of playing on my phone before I go to sleep. Helps me sleep. So although right now I have pregnancy insomnia, so really nothing helps me sleep. But yeah, so huge Goodwill haul of books. Again, all of these from one Goodwill. If you would like to see more of the books that I have collected, pretty much every book that I own is from the Goodwill. There's a small handful that I've bought or people have bought me. And then the Hunger Games books, I bought the prequel because I had the other ones. And now I have, where'd it go? And now I have the Hunger Games, the first one. But yes, Goodwill haul, insane amount of books from this one Goodwill. And I think, like I said, this one was brand new. Most of them are pretty brand new, and some of them are a little beat up. The kids one, you found, how do you find a kid's book without drawings in it that is used, a used kid book, without being a mess? Which means this is pretty spanking new. So that's awesome, and I love books. So thank you for watching my channel. Like this video if you like books, or you like the Goodwill, or you just liked me talking today, because that's cool. And comment down below your thoughts on my adventure, or if you wish that you could find some of these books, or if you want advice on going to Goodwill. Just look up your nearest Goodwill and go to different Goodwills in your area. Luckily, we live in an area right now where we have 6 within an hour drive. So, so thanks again for watching. Like this video, subscribe, comment down below, and I am excited. I will see you guys for the next video.